Hello VC, it's Amy and I'm back with another episode of 3 Canadian bands you should know. So make this part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, I'm going to include a link in the description for you so you can check that one out. But today I'm going to feature 3 more Canadian bands or artists that I think you should know about. The first group that I'm going to tell you about is a folk duo called the Diaries, and they are out of Kingston, Ontario. And I'm not exactly clear when they started kind of forming the group, but it looks like it was around 2012. It's Leah Dawson and Anna Robertson. They released 4 tracks in 2014 on their Bandcamp, and they haven't released anything since then. So they're a very small group, very local. I'm not sure if they're going to continue pursuing this or if this is just kind of like a little side project for them, but either way, I really like them. I saw the Diaries actually a couple of years ago in Kingston at the Holiday Rock Show, which is a benefit concert that's put on every year by Sarah Harmer and Luther Wright. It's to benefit the community in Kingston. They have a bunch of different charities that they support through this concert. And you get to see a bunch of great bands, some local acts, some coming from a little further away. And yeah, the last time that I went, the Diaries were there, and I love their sound. I love folk music, and I love anything with harmonies, which is why Indigo Girls are like one of my top bands of all time. That's what I really loved about the Diaries. I really loved, my cat is going crazy right now on a mouse, and she's making a lot of noise. Not a real mouse, a fake mouse. But I really love their harmonies, and just thought they were great. So we immediately bought their 4 tracks, and man, I hope that they do more. I know that they had a couple of shows earlier on in the year, but they haven't really done much since like the early spring. So I'm hoping that they'll be doing some shows and I might be able to get up there and see them, and I hope they release some more music because I really enjoy it. All 4 tracks are great, but I would say probably my favorite is Read My Mind, followed by Rock, Paper, and Scissors. To give you guys an idea of what they sound like, I'm going to play a clip of Read My Mind right now.
Silent, but our eyes were yelling. Ask me a question. You can't read my mind, no, you can't read it. I will try not to hide it.
Okay, so that was the Diaries. Check out their Bandcamp. Again, I'm going to put links to everything in the description so you guys can check out the music. If you're into folk, I just think they're great, and I really am hoping that they'll do some more. Okay, my second artist I think you should know about is Hannah Georges. Hannah's gained a lot of popularity, I think, since I kind of got into her and started listening to her back in 2012. She's sort of a pop artist, sort of a synth-leaning pop rock artist out of Toronto, and she started in like 2008 with her solo career. She put out an EP that year called The Beat Stuff, followed in 2010 by her first like full-length album called This Good. It was on Hidden Pony Records. And in 2012, she released her self-titled album on Dynalone Records. And that's sort of how I first got into her. She's got a fantastic voice. I love her voice. I love the emotion that you can feel coming through her voice. Every song is just so great and beautiful to me because of that. And I actually got to see her play at the Wolf Island Music Festival. I saw everybody play at the Wolf Island Music Festival, I think, because that's all I've been talking about in these videos, but it's true. I saw a lot of fantastic acts the one year that I was able to go. But yeah, I love her sound. The self-titled album, I think, is probably my favorite. It's got a lot of great stuff on it, but she just came out with another album called For Evelyn, again on Dine Alone Records, and I showed that to you guys, I think, in one of my haul videos a while back, probably maybe in like July. And yeah, I mean, it's that's the only album that I have on vinyl, is the new one For Evelyn. It's on clear vinyl. It's a fantastic album. This is another really, really solid album with great, great tracks. Again, just some of them are so gorgeous, so much emotion. I would say probably her top tracks are off the self-titled Elephant and Robotic. And for Evelyn, probably my favorite tracks are Don't Go. I mean, that one makes me cry every time I hear it. Loveseat and Crazy Shit. Those are some really great tracks. I think that she's gained a little bit of more notoriety since she started, since she went on tour with Sarah Bareilles a while back. I actually thought that was a perfect marriage because I could see how people that listen to Sarah Bareilles would be into Hannah Georgas. They look kind of similar. I think they have a very similar sound in their voices. I thought that was a great idea, and I'm hoping that, you know, she sort of increased her audience a lot in the States by doing that tour. And yeah, I think she's fantastic, and I'm so happy that she's doing so much, and I can't wait until she puts out another record, even though she just put out a new one. But I listen to it all the time. It's really fantastic. So just so you can kind of get an idea of what her music sounds like, I'm going to play you a clip of Robotic, which is off her self-titled album that came out in 2010. Okay, so that was Hannah Georgas. Again, her album For Evelyn just came out in the summer. If you like what you hear, check it out. Great, great record. Really, really dig it. Okay, and for my final band that you should know about, these guys are one of my favorite bands of all time. And I actually kind of discovered them when they were sort of on this indefinite hiatus, which was so painful because I thought, oh crap, I love this band so much and I'm never going to get to see them play live. And I was so disappointed in that. But actually they came back and they played some shows in the spring. I got to go to one in New York City and it was phenomenal and blew my mind. And the band I'm talking about is Land of Talk. They're an indie rock band out of Montreal. They formed in about 2006. The lead singer and sort of the center of the band is Elizabeth Powell. She is just phenomenal. Her guitar playing skills are amazing. She's got this great voice, this terrific energy. Her music is so poetic and beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. I actually got to know Land of Talk through an interview that I had seen with Sarah Harmer, who's a very, very famous Canadian musician and my favorite musician, singer-songwriter of all time. She answered a question in which someone asked her what album that she would bring, you know, for Desert Island. If you could only have one album to listen to, what would it be? And she said it would be Land of Talk's Cloak and Cipher, which came out in 2010 on Saddle Creek Records. And you know, I trust Sarah, so I thought, well, let me just go check that out because I hadn't heard of them before. And I just was blown away, so blown away. I fell in love. I bought the album immediately. I bought it, actually back then I just bought it on digital. I just bought the digital files and started listening, and then, you know, started doing the classic thing where I go and like their Facebook page and their Twitter and all that type of stuff, and then realized they were kind of done. They had sort of disappeared, and everyone was like, oh, well, I guess they're over, and that was it. And that made me so sad, because the band just is amazing. This music was so great and has so much beauty in it, and I wanted to be able to see that live. So I started listening to some of the old stuff and just kept going back to Cloak and Cipher over and over and over again, and just was so disappointed, because I'm like, this is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And this group really needs to continue to make music. So Cloak and Cipher was actually the third album that Land of Talk had put out. Their first was in 2006, Applause, Cheer, Boo, Hiss. That one was on One Little Indian Records. And then in 2008, they put out Summer Lakes on Saddle Creek. And then in 2010, Cloak and Cipher came out. Phenomenal, phenomenal. All the albums are fantastic. Summer Lakes, probably the best tracks are The Man Who Breaks Things, the title track Summer Lakes, Troubled. My other cat wants to get up here. On Cloak and Cipher, the whole album is phenomenal, and it really is something that I feel like is so solid from start to finish that you just really need to listen to the whole thing. But if I had to pick a favorite song off it, would be Quarry Hymns. And when Land of Talk started teasing that maybe they were coming back, and then they had these shows set up, just a few shows, one in Montreal, and then there were 2 shows in New York, and when I went, they opened with Quarry Hymns, and I cried, because I was just so happy to see them live and have them back. And Quarry Hymns is probably one of my favorite songs, just in general, but definitely my favorite Land of Talk song. So yeah, it was fantastic. They're back. They actually ended up re-releasing 2 of their albums, the 2 that are on Saddle Creek, Summer Lakes and Cloak and Cipher. Those albums are kind of hard to come by, and they go for big bucks when you can find the original copies. So as soon as they announced that they were going to be doing some represses, I immediately ordered them. Picked both up. This is Summer Lakes, and this is Cloak and Cipher, and just fantastic albums. I think I'm gonna play you a couple of clips, because again, Land of Talk is one of those bands where they're just so friggin' good, and each song is a little bit different, and so you might not get their full sound from the first track I played. So I'm going to kind of give you a couple to listen to, because I mean, Elizabeth can be so soft and gentle and sort of just have this gorgeous sort of lush drawn out sound in some songs, and then she can be just a powerhouse on that guitar so hard in the next, and that's just what makes them absolutely wonderful. So the first clip I'm going to play you is Quarry Hymns, because that is my favorite song, and yeah, hope you like it.
Loaded in the stone heart, I couldn't keep the words in you. You had to learn about the hardest things. It's soft to decide to leave you. And on days like these, I could take apart my window. It's so let down. I'm so let down. How deep is this soul I feel I'm in? See the lights and don't lower it down. How deep is this heart I feel I'm in? See the lights and don't lower it down.
Okay, the next track I'm going to play you is Color Me Bad. This one's great because it also incorporates a lot of horns. One time I was actually chatting on Twitter with Sarah Harmer, and she was talking about Land of Talk, and I said, oh geez, I was just listening to Color Me Bad like in the morning, and she was like, oh, the horns, it's like Chariots of Fire, and it's like, it's so true. The horns just really make this, you know, it might not seem like horns are sort of the thing that should be in this kind of music, but it's just, it's so perfect and it fits so well. The energy is just fantastic. So here's Color Me Bad.
You say we gave our hands too soon. Darling, what made my life was you.
So that's Land of Talk. They're phenomenal, and I highly recommend them to everybody. You know, luckily I have some friends who knew of Land of Talk, and we sort of got other friends into them, and actually brought one of my friends with me when we went down to see them in Brooklyn. And yeah, she really just loved the show and was so impressed with them. So that was totally cool. I'm so excited to turn anyone onto this band because I think they're just phenomenal, and more people need to know about them. So as far as vinyl is concerned, I only have the 2 repressings of those Saddle Creek records for Land of Talk. Hopefully I'll get originals someday, but they are a little pricey when they do show up online, so I'm sure it'll be a little while before I can grab those. I want to say that Applause Cherbuhis was never released on vinyl. I could be wrong. I probably should have done my research beforehand. But I do have 2 7-inches actually, which is great. I picked these up actually at a small little record shop called Somerville Grooves in Somerville, Massachusetts, outside of Boston. It was awesome. I walked in there and went over to the 7-inches. And he had a bunch of great Canadian stuff. He had P.S. I Love You, Rural Alberta Advantage, had some Land of Talk, a whole bunch of great stuff. And I just snatched these up super quick. I was like, man, you got some great Canadian stuff. And he's like, yeah, someone brought that collection in, but I don't really know anything about Canadian music. So, hey, it was great for me because I was really excited to grab these albums. So, so that's all I have for Land of Talk vinyl, but I'm going to keep working on getting more. Yeah, so those are 3 Canadian bands that you really should check out. If you like what you hear, definitely check out the music. I put some links below in the description. Yeah, and let me know what you think. And let me know if there are any Canadian artists that you really like, and we'll compare notes. I realized today that I have a ton more that I want to, share with you guys from Canada. So I'm going to be continuing to do these videos, probably for a few more weeks. I was a little behind on this one. I meant to upload this and get it ready for Thursday, which is today, but I'm going to post it tomorrow on Friday. But I was down in New York City actually, seeing an event with Carrie Brownstein actually from Sleater-Kinney. So so I got back kind of late and just didn't get around to making the video until today. So anyway, until my next video, take care. Thanks for watching.